Good morning and welcome to today's Cabinet meeting. This is not a public meeting, but a meeting the public can attend. I'm Ros Jones, Mayor of Doncaster, and I'd like to welcome you all to today's meeting. And those I haven't met before, I keep saying it's the last time. Happy New Year for those I've not said it to. So before we commence proceedings, I'd like to outline domestic arrangements for the meeting. We are not expecting a fire practice. If the alarm sounds, please leave the building and congregate the other side of the fountain in the Civic Square. This meeting will be recorded and published on the Council's website. By entering the Council chamber, you are accepting that you will be recorded and your images will be retained and broadcast by the Council. If anyone intends to record today's meeting, please ensure that this does not disturb the conduct of the meeting, and please ensure that your mobile phones are switched to silent mode. Thank you. I will now commence the meeting. So, item 1, apologies for absence. I've received apologies from Damien Allen, Councillor Joe Blackham, Councillor Lanny Mayball. Are there any further apologies, please? No? Thank you for that. Item 2 is exclusion of public and press. There are no items on the agenda where the public and press are to be excluded. Is that agreed? Agreed. Item 3, public statements and questions. We have no public questions or statements. Item 4, declarations of interest. Are there any declarations of interest, please? Item 5, decision records from the meeting held on the 11th of December 2024. These have been previously circulated and are for noting only. Agreed? Agreed. Item 6, approval of the council tax base for 25-26. I will introduce this item. This report sets out the council tax base for Doncaster for 25-26. National regulation sets out the determination of the council tax base and how this calculation should be carried out. The council tax base is used to determine the level of council tax for individual properties. It represents the number of properties that will be subject to council tax and which are expressed in terms of their Band D equivalent using a prescribed formula after allowing for the effect of exemptions, discounts, premiums and relief. The proposed council tax base for Doncaster for 25-26 is 88,084 Band D equivalent dwellings. The above figure represents an increase of 1,354 Band D equivalent dwellings compared to 24-25 tax base of 86,730. The report also sets out the council tax base for each part of the Doncaster borough at parish level. I will now ask council members to indicate by raising their hand if they wish to ask any questions in relation to this item. Glyn.
Yes, thank you, Chair. It's not a question, just a statement, really. It's extremely pleasing to see the actual increase in the number of new dwellings in the city borough. This means that the job creation and business activity around building these properties keeps, in many cases, a circulation of the Donny pound. Of course, these extra properties will require input from existing City of Doncaster Council services that we both require and expect on a daily basis for the benefit of residents of Doncaster. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Is there any other comments, please? No, therefore I'll read out the recommendations within the report. And it is recommended that Cabinet 1 approve the City of Doncaster Council tax base for 25-26 year as 88,084 Band D equivalent dwellings as detailed in Appendix 1 of this report. And 2, approve the City of Doncaster Council tax base for the 25-26 year for each part of its area at parish level as detailed in Appendix 2 of this report. Is that moved, colleagues?
Move it, Chair.
Is it seconded? Second. Therefore, the recommendations are agreed. Thank you. Item 7, school admission arrangements for 26-7 academic year. I'll ask Councillor Sue Farmer, Cabinet Member for Equalities, Education and Skills, to introduce this report.
Thank you, Chair. The report outlines the Council's annual duty to determine the arrangements for the admission of children in schools and nurseries across Doncaster. Over the last year, we have seen a significant increase in the number of our schools judged good or outstanding by Ofsted. The current rate of 92% is above national average and is an increase of 13% when compared to this time last year. The outcomes for pupils in Doncaster continue to improve. In 2024, we have seen improved outcomes at the early years foundation stage, which are constantly good. Improvement outcomes at Key Stage 2 and consolidated improved results at Key Stage 4. At Key Stage 5, the results are showing higher levels of achievements. Turning to the admission process, the Council has an important role to ensure that parents are given every opportunity to apply for places at their preferred school. This is best achieved through the Council coordinating and monitoring the process. The coordinated arrangements apply to all types of schools in the city, including academies and free schools. In September 2023, In September 2013, the government withdrew the requirements to coordinate in-year applications. This raised concern with the authority regarding the safeguarding of children. Each year since March 2012, Cabinet has reaffirmed its commitment to coordinate in-year administrations, and we are in a privileged position that all applications continue to be made directly to this council, simplifying the process for parents. This approach will be strengthened through the current school bill, along with additional powers given to local authorities around directing academies to admit pupils and school place planning, enabling authorities to influence the setting of admissions limits for all schools, including academies. Coordinating year of entry applications is a statutory function of this council, and we achieve this through an online application and paper-based system, with almost all applications being made online. Outcomes for applications in Doncaster are very positive. In 2024, 84% of secondary admissions were offered their first preference, and this was even higher at 96% for primary. These improve further when we look at children receiving a place at one of their 3 preferred schools, with over 93% in secondary schools and 99% in primary schools. Separate to the council coordinating the overall process, each admission authority in the city must set its own admission arrangements, which include the order in which places are offered when a school is full. The council is responsible for setting these for 18 out of the 18 mainstream schools in Doncaster. The remainder are the responsibility of church schools and academy trusts. Our admission criteria reflects the requirements to give first priorities to children in care, followed by catchment area children. In recognising the importance of keeping families together, we then prioritise children with siblings attending the same school. These arrangements are reviewed annually and updated as necessary to take into account relevant legislation, guidance and local changes. It is crucial to offer support for parents throughout the admission process to minimise any disruption to a child's time in education. This includes having a dedicated support staff for each phase of education, allowing the process of applications in a timely manner and provide support to families to complete applications. I therefore ask the Cabinet to approve this report and its recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you. Colleagues, any questions or statements in respect of the report? I would just like to say I'm delighted to hear that we're seeing continuous improvement within our education system. This is the lifeblood of Doncaster. Our children are our future, and therefore I'm delighted to see the growing expectation as well that we continually see improvements. With that, no one else is indicating, and therefore I'd like to read out the recommendations. The Mayor and members of Cabinet are asked to approve the following admission arrangements for 26-27 school year, which are detailed in paragraphs 15 to 21. Community school admission arrangements, community school nursery admission arrangements, primary coordinated admission arrangements, and secondary coordinated admission arrangements. Is that moved, colleagues? Is it seconded? And therefore, the recommendations are agreed. We now move on to item 8, which is your care and support, Doncaster's 2025 local account for adult social care. I'll ask Councillor Sarah Smith, Cabinet Member for Adult Social Care, to introduce this report. Sarah.
Thanks so much, Chair. This council's vision for adult social care is for every person in Doncaster to live in the place that they call home, with people and things that they love, in communities where they look out for one another, doing things that matter to them. Your Care and Support in Doncaster is Doncaster's local account of what adult social care has achieved over this past year and what we plan to action and focus on in 2025. The way we develop adult social care in Doncaster is by working alongside people and not doing things to them. We create and design things together, such as designing new support, working through ideas, changing how we do things, and by listening. It's no decision about you without you. Across every priority in this account, Doncaster people, who are experts by experience, work alongside us to shape and create the changes that they say they need. It's this collaborative approach that makes our work not only better, but truly reflected the lives we're trying to support. Doncaster Adult Social Care is about your life to live by your own terms, and we are just guests within it. As in previous years, the report in front of us today was jointly agreed and created with people who have experienced drawing on adult social care, who regularly meet with me and council officers as part of our awesome Making It Real board. I'm incredibly grateful that Helen, who co-chairs the board, and Wendy, who has been an influential member for some time now, are here with us today. In a minute, I'll be asking them to give their views on about your care and support report and what they want to see happen next. As well as listening to members of the Make It Real board, the report also draws on lived experiences of Doncaster people over the past year. There are great testimonies from Julie, who we connected back into her family life, from Philip, who we supported to gain and maintain the job he's always wanted, and from Alan, who we helped get back into the lifestyle he loves after a period of ill health. That's what great adult social care is and does and should be. Doncaster people have also told us where we still need to improve, and there's still stuff to do. Top of that list is sharing information at the right time to help people plan ahead and stay in control through all of challenges that life presents. One of the most exciting things for me in this upcoming year is the focus on more trauma-informed care and training, helping us better understand how people's life experiences shape their stories and how together we adapt our support together. Other things that have happened over the past year that I have really enjoyed is the festivals of practice. Continuing to develop this will help to ensure that our workforce priorities are achieved in a way that feels real and meaningful with both the people of Doncaster and our incredible workforce together. As someone who is a carer for a family friend and has experienced homelessness when I was younger, I know firsthand how vital it is that we need to continue to work with ambition and compassion and sometimes to do things differently. These experiences have shaped my life significantly and fuel my commitment to ensuring that care is not only compassionate, but is delivered with dignity and with social justice. That's why I'm particularly proud and appreciative that the Making It Real board has included new priorities this year that focus on family carers. And when I say family carers, this means family, friends, or neighbours who are supporting someone who wouldn't be able to live well without them. and supporting people who are experiencing homelessness. These priorities provide us with an opportunity to bring more collective oversight and action to embed social justice in everything that we do. Care is the foundation of all our lives, and by recognising that, we can continue to build strong foundations that truly support people in ways that matter to them. I'm proud of the bold steps that we're taking to make lasting change, working alongside Doncaster people every step of the way. And together, we're building stronger communities where collective care truly transforms lives. The priorities agreed within this report are directly in response to what Doncaster people have said is the most important to them. And I ask that Cabinet support this report and its recommendations. I would now like to support Helen and Wendy to give their views on Your Care and Support, and to heartily thank them so much for their time today and their time on the board. Thank you.
Hello, for those that don't know me, I'm Helensterland. I've got a severe visual impairment, which was later diagnosed in life. But sat here, those that wouldn't know me, I am a white cane user, wouldn't know that. So just because I use a white cane, that doesn't defer who I am. I'm Helen, I'm a person. I like to live my life as best I can with all the hazards it throws with it. I got into adult social care when I first needed the sensory team back in 2011. And then I got re-registered in 2014, where I had further support from the sensory team, which is a fantastic service and does well for the sensory people within Doncaster. Through that, then I found adult social care through the STEPS team due to a injury. And again, that is a fantastic service, which a lot of people don't know about, because I think with the council, they don't publicise a lot of the good work that is done within the Doncaster Borough. Also, I feel that working with the Making It Real board has been a fantastic opportunity to get involved with the council and bring to a voice for visual impairment, as well as residents that don't have the courage to speak out within the communities that they live in. I also feel that Doncaster Council could do a lot more with working with co-production, because you don't realise what a good emphasis you have got within the council as a role model for working with people with lived experiences. I talk to different people in the country, my friends, some sighted, some not sighted, and they don't have this opportunity that myself and Wendy have to work with local councillors and the Making It Real board. And I just think you need to sing about it more. Be proud of what you're doing. And that is my message to you all, that I think it needs to be more widely embedded within the council, not just adult social care, of how co-production is really working. And that is my message, to move forward, to work with people with lived experience throughout and across the council, and do it as a best practice that this council could take to other local authorities with the work that they're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen.
Hi, I'm Wendy Sharps, and I got diagnosed at 40 with young onset dementia. I got into the adult social care because I knew what were coming, so I wanted to know what were changing for me, so I was making sure you were going to do it right. I've got a lovely PA, Kyla, and that's through direct payments, and that's something you need to have for more people, because I get support. She takes me to all my appointments, help me, personal care, shopping, just does everything like these meetings. But not a lot of people are getting this service, and it's available, but nobody's shouting out. The social worker that I had, 10 out of 10, she came And she said to me, because I was quite shocked, because when you mention social workers, your hackles are up straight away, and you think, oh God. But she came in and she says, Wendy, what do you need? And I was like, tears in my eyes. What? You're asking me what I need? How can I help you? And then that were it. We just rolled it off. She got Kyla to help me because Kyla were doing extra hours, which weren't getting paid for, so she got more hours, more time. She got her a pay rise, so that were good. Then she got things in place like what I needed in house. But I'll go on to adaptions because I've used every service you name in council I've used. Well, adaptions weren't pulling the fingers out, so I was slagging them off. Because I'd been downstairs for 2 years in a bed. I couldn't get upstairs because my mobility had broke my back. So I weren't seeing my husband. It was like we were ships in the night, and it weren't nice. But when you've got adult social care, you don't realise that's involved in your social care, keeping your intimacy, keeping your family unit together. All this is in your social care package. It's not just getting up, getting washed, and I'm in here, I fed and watered you, and I'm out. It's not that. So a kind lady, well, I'll call them top knobs upstairs, she sorted out, so my stair lift got put in. I'll tell you about that. So, but I'll tell you about my shower lift first. My shower floor, sorry. I had my dad living with me that had got dementia, and they'd put him a shower floor in, so everything was perfect. So I can use it as well, but it'd been there, gone 20 years plus, and the shower floor were coming up, and my husband had a motorbike accident, so he weren't getting no work, and he was seriously injured. So the council, this is what I'm saying, I couldn't thank them enough. They helped me. They come in and they put the floor down for me so I could get showered, because I couldn't get upstairs. I couldn't get in bath. And it helped my husband as well, because with him having a motorbike accident, he couldn't get upstairs. So it was like 2 for the price of 1. So everybody were a winner. But it was how you train your staff as well. The young lass that came in, she came in and she said, hello, I'm Anya. Did I get the name right? Yeah. I'm Anya, and I'm going to do your shower floor, Wendy. She came in, she said, I'm going to do this, right? I'm going for my dinner break. I'll be back at this time. Comes in, did it, talked to me like a human being. Well, the bloke that came to fit the floor didn't even come in and say hello, didn't see me or no, job and gone. And I says, that was really rude, that was bad mannered. He could have just said, hello, I'm here to do a job, and that was it. So that's the training, so she can train an old dog new tricks type of thing. And I said to her, how long you been doing it? Because I thought she was like a professional. Because I even got a new toilet out there as well. So she fitted a new toilet, so power to the women for plumbing. But she were on an apprenticeship. So I think people like that, you need to pat on back, and you need to keep more people like her. You know what I mean? And just our mannerism is, and train them young how to interact with people as they're coming into the homes. And this is what I'm saying. But I'll go back on, I've done the co-production. The reason I got involved with it is because, like I said, I'm going to be using social care, so I want to make sure it were right for everybody else. So I don't just do it for myself. I make sure, like, Joe Bloggs next door can get his handrails or his ramp or a stair lift, like, so I got a stair lift to get upstairs to chase my husband around bedroom. But you don't realise some little things as simple as that can keep you independent, because with my dementia, I'm staying at home till as long as I can. That's why we're making it dementia friendly, and adaptions is your big thing. But I can get a slap on back because they got more staff, that got me things fitted quicker so I could get upstairs and get sorted out. So that were a winner. But everything going forward is like, we don't fit in a box. Things are changing, and adult social care isn't like it used to be, where you're going to get up, you're getting a flannel round your face, you're having your tea at this time. It's not structured. It's for that individual like me. I've got a PA like Kyla. I'd love to see everybody getting some direct payments to get help to do what they want to do. I mean, you wouldn't believe the people that just said, I'd just love to go for a shop, do my own shop. You know, like Kyla's got a car, so I can do my shopping with Kyla, so I'm lucky. And not a lot of people get that, and this is what they don't get. It's not all clinical when you're thinking adult social care. You've got to think outside the box, and you've got to do like what that social worker does and ask, what do you need? And up to now, I'm getting what I need. Thank you.
Before I pass it over to colleagues for any statements or questions they want to ask, let me personally thank you for both coming and sharing your experiences. And it is about co-production. I think all of us, sometime in our life, has lived with being the carer, the helper within your family life. But when people actually are asked, what do you need? That is a big difference between here, this is what you can have. So thank you for that sharing. I will now open it up to colleagues. Have we got anyone? Nigel?
Yeah, thanks for that, Chair. Again, thank you to Ellen and Wendy obviously coming today to sort of like have the chat with us and telling us exactly what it's like on the front line sort of thing, you know, which is great. I think, you know, we do, and I think what you've highlighted is potentially some of the issues that we need to face as a local authority, because we do consult with residents, we consult with obviously the people of Doncaster all the time, and this is a call out really to broaden that consultation, almost like to make sure that people are involved with co-production, co-designing other services as well. Because I mean, the examples you've been given have been excellent. And about what you said, Alan, about celebrating what we do and how effective we can be, Wendy, in terms of, you know, it's not like it used to be in the old days, you know, where you were a bit of a regime. Now it's very much sort of like customised around what you need as an individual, as a person wanting to live your life, and that's right. I think the key to this is around the priority, which is obviously sort of like number 4, which is making sure that the AAG, the information, advice and guidance that we put out there to people to inform them of services and what they can get and how they can access it is bang on. So when it mentions there in terms of one of the priorities, the fact that we're going to be inviting people with lived experience of care and support to be part of a reference group that ensures clear and accessible public information, I really do welcome that. Because I think with that information, advice and guidance, that tool and that going out to everybody, and you make it crystal clear so it's easy to understand, I just think that that's something we need to overcome to be able to get out there. But I thank you for coming today. Thank you very much for sharing your experiences, and I hope it continues to be positive for you both. Okay, thank you, Chair.
I think the other people that we need to thank are our staff, not only our direct staff, but also the people that work for the borough to actually go out there day in, day out. And I'm delighted to see that this staff turnover rate has fallen. I'd still like to see it less, because as we know, when you get used to someone coming into your home, they're the people that you want to see. And so that is another. We are not expected, we are not required to produce this report, but I think this report is more valuable than anything else we can do, and especially the shared experiences and actually agreeing our objectives, what we were out to achieve for the following year. So a big thank you both to staff who's taken the time to produce this, staff who's out there at the coalface day in, day out, working to help our residents. And also, when you're helping the resident, you're helping their family members as well, because there's a considerable strain on family members as they go through different stages of life. So it really is a big thank you to the staff. And Helen and Wendy, you really are to be applauded for coming here today to share those experiences. So it really is a big thank you. I will now read out the recommendations. And that is, Cabinet is asked to approve your care and support Doncaster's 2025 local account for adult social care. Is that moved, colleagues?
Move it, Chair.
Seconded? Right, with that, the recommendations are agreed. It concludes items of business on today's agenda, but I do want to thank everyone for taking the time to come and along with this. And I will close the meeting. Thank you.